Hey guys. Oop, nope, not the spider honey. And live over here. Out here to get my boots on. Now this is my first time being out here today. Woo, put my little boots on. Y'all, hey Gigi fam, good morning or good afternoon. It's 11:54. It's 11:54. All right, guys, it's 11:54. I'm just getting outside. It's gonna start getting warm real soon. And half of the things I want to do today, I probably won't do, but I do want to kind of like do something with my ruby red grapefruit tree. I want to fertilize it. I do want to water, but I think it's getting too hot for me to water. I have turned on the water for the raised bed. I just wanted to come and bring you guys into the video, and I'll get with you and let you know just what we're going to be doing this week in the garden.
Oh, Kathy, girl, the way you make that soil sing. Ooh, with your love, you make everything bloom. That Glory's garden got that magic touch, it's true. Ooh, with your love, you make everything bloom. The way you're tending got that photosynthesis. Oh, that sweet sensation I just can't resist. My darling, with your love, you make everything bloom. Oh.
Okay, guys, I am back. Hold on, let me kind of stuff you some. You can see me and what I'm trying to do. All right, I'm back and I'm over here with Ruby Red. Ruby Red only have 3 fruits on her, um, versus how it was last year. I know every year the growth may not be the same, and I'm not so much concerned about, oh, she don't have that much fruit compared to what she had last year. I know sometimes when we growing and what we get one year, we want it to look like that, we want it to look like that the next year, or for us to be getting more fruit since the plant should be better established. Because I think these trees was probably about 2 years or 3 years old. I got them from Tractor Supply. It bloomed well last year. We did have a lot of flowers, this year, but with that windstorm that we was having, it shook off a lot of the flowers. So, but I'm concerned about she steadily dropping leaves. Her leaves aren't as green as I know they should be. So what I'm gonna do is put some of my mixture around it like I usually do with some of my plants. But these are my citrus trees, so I want to treat them with some citrus tone, which is what I have in here. In this bucket, I have citrus tone, um, blood meal. I did a little bit of bone meal, but I didn't put a whole lot of that, just a little bit to empty that bag. It probably is probably about a half a cup full that's in here. And I did a lot of earthworm casting. And I also have my ocean forest soil is what's the main thing in here. I have a little bit of 10, like one half of a scoop. And I have plenty of citrus tone in here. I didn't put a lot. I kind of wanted to balance things out, a scoop of this, a scoop of that, and mostly my ocean forest soil. And so I'm going to spread that around the root of the tree. I am going to move the mulch back. I am going to move the mulch back as well as I can. The soil is looking good. The soil does not look dry, or at least not on top. So they calling for rain this week, honey, but that don't mean anything. So I think what I'm gonna do is in the morning. I'm not gonna do it tonight. They're gonna have to suffer through for one more day because I'm not gonna do it tonight. But I'm smushing up those little worms I see in here. I do see an earthworm going further down. So it tells me it's good soil in here. He's kind of like on top. I'm surprised. I might also drop some food scraps down in here too. See this thing real good. But I'm just gonna take this moisture and I'm gonna put it around the base of the plant, not on the plant, but just out by the roots where I know the roots spread. I'm gonna put that out there. It don't take a lot, guys. It don't take a lot. And this is what I do. Um, Whether it's perfect or not, but I don't know. But has it been working for me in my garden? Yes, it has. And I'm just simply gonna cover it back up. And hopefully that's gonna help her where she could start growing. Her leaves could turn green again. You know, I don't know what she's missing because I have been putting 511 on her, but hopefully this will help. All right. So that's what basically what I'm doing. Oh, I covered that back up, y'all. Y'all know what I'm gonna do. Go get some of my little food scraps and put in there. Hold on, guys. I didn't mean to cover her back up. I'm just uncover. Ooh, that's a beautiful butterfly behind her. He's flying in my face. Y'all, I went in and got my food compost canister off of my thing and let y'all see it, how that stuff, the food just break down. And so I'm gonna spread some of this. I don't know what it is, but I'm putting. I'm gonna spread some of this around the tree too as well. In here, it is some banana peel, some orange peel, apple skin, some apple core without the seeds in there. I just picked those out just because. What else? Some banana is in here. What is some pieces of old mango skin, and I just put it in there, and over time, it just keeps working for me, keeps drying it out. So I'm gonna uncover her again, and I'm gonna just sprinkle some of that down in there too, especially since I see worms. I don't have any whole pieces of food or pills right now to put in there, but I think this is gonna work. Y'all, these videos that I'm gonna be doing, it's just gonna be random short videos of different things I'm doing, random videos compiled into one video. So that's what this is gonna consist of, these next videos, because mainly what I'm doing is trying to prepare some of these trees for the winter to be able to make it through, and then compare my garden for fall as well. And as y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see how this stuff just falls around, but I'm just putting that in there, some more fertilizer to it to help it. I'm just spreading it around. And if I come across some lettuce, pieces of tomato, well, not tomato because I don't want to have to dig seeds out, but come across some of that stuff, I will dig a hole and drop some whole food, some whole plant leaves and stuff down in here because I see earthworms. If I see earthworms, I try to stick pieces of whole food in there so they can eat on it and poop out, and that helps. We do supposed to get rain today, but honey, they say that, and some days we get it, some days we don't. Some days it rains so short it don't even make a difference if it fell from the rain cloud or not, because honey, it don't last long, and it don't do nothing. Put it that way, it don't do nothing. I'm a I'm not worried about the lime tree right now. She is looking good. She's not crying out for any help like this, like Miss Ruby Red. Just some weed out here trying to take her nutrients, and we ain't gonna let that happen. They're gonna be pulled up. Gonna be pulled up. I'm gonna take it and stick it back down in here. Maybe it'll do something. For one thing, Miss Lime here, she is in a water reservoir pot. So that's one thing that keeps her going. She's in a water reservoir pot. This is a big pot. It don't have any handles on it. This one right here don't have any handles or anything on it, but that is a water reservoir. And I believe that is the key to these plants over here in this garden, especially during the summertime. Now, do they get so full sometimes I have to come and tilt them over? Yes. Yes, they do. And I have the olive tree back there. It's in a water reservoir. I haven't got any olives. I think it may take 3 to 5 years or something for you to see olives. It's looking good and it's healthy and it's responding to what I'm doing for it, so it could stay in that pot. I don't have to worry about it as much as I am my citrus. So I'm not worried about the lime. And so I'm gonna move on down to Myers Lemon. Now Myers Lemon, she doing her thing like she did last year. She's not looking like Ruby Red. So I've been giving both of them the same treatment. Not sure what's going on with Myers Lemon. Ruby Red. Myers Lemon I have several lemons on here. I see about 4, 5, 6. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, they all on this side of the tree. Nothing up top. But this little thick piece right here that's trying to grow so tall, I'm probably gonna clip her up here. I'm probably gonna clip her. But it's about what, 10 or how would I say, 10 to 13, something like that. I don't forgot what I counted, but yeah, she's got a good little bit of fruit on her. The leaves are looking pretty good, healthy. I don't see nothing that's looking like blight or anything like that. So she's looking pretty good. She haven't dropped any of the leaves like Miss Ruby Red did. And I'm gonna water Ruby Red in, even though we're supposed to get rain. I'm not gonna worry about that. So I'm gonna push the soil back over here as well. The soil over here looks good. Do look a little dry on top. Unlike Ruby Red, her soil was moist looking on top. But this one is under a bigger branch than Ruby Red is. It definitely is under a much bigger branch. As soon as I get me some good kitchen scraps, some fresh ones, I'll find some leaves out here in this garden. I'm not going to go and pull off any of my leaves, but if there's some that I have to tear off, I will tuck them down in here. And I'm just going to cover it back up. So put the mulch back on it. Okay, and I'm definitely going to do the same for Citrus Cocktail because her leaves are looking a little, so I'm going to go around and do the same. She's getting fresh leaves on her, and we want her to continue to grow out here in this garden, even if we don't get any fruit because, the beginning of spring is gone. It's this hot summer. It's kind of hard to develop some flowers out here in this heat. And I did not change her pot because when I do change her pot, I'm going to put her in a water reservoir pot. I am not going to stick her in a regular pot without a water reservoir because that's going to be the key next year. From what I can see, all of my fruit trees that in a water reservoir pot, they're doing excellent. And I am going to change the pink guava. I'm going to change those too. They're in those little wooden raised beds, and it is lined with plastic. They are looking good when it rains, but too often we're not getting rain every single day. So I'm right here at Citrus Cocktail, and I'm gonna pull her little thing too, pull her little mulch back, and go ahead and give her something. Because being that I didn't change her pot, I did not put any fertilizer to this. Whatever they had, because it said, "Can I leave it in this pot?" They have information on these things, and it says, "Can I leave it in this pot?" Yes, you can. And this is a huge pot. So, and I don't have to jack out of it right now because I know she's not filling this pot. But I will, when I do change it, she's going into a water reservoir pot. And I will try to find some big ones. And I'm just putting this around the root of the pot, not directly on the bark of the tree, but just around it. Because I'm pretty sure the roots are going outward. I'm just gonna cover her back up. And I did save this because I may throw it in the trash because I do have this right here, but I thought about just putting this down around the side, so I haven't thrown it away. It's what came, the paper that comes around the branch of the tree. I usually take those off because I feel like it's blocking the tree from being free. That's in my mind. Everywhere I look out here, it's things to remind me of my dad. And honey, we've been pulling up. My dad burned everything. He didn't take nothing to no dump or to the trash pile. He burned everything. But honey, we be finding some of this wire out here. Every time I see it, I think of him because of his burning. I think of him and his burning. And the old his old burn pile was right here where you see this little stump at. That was his burn pile because he gardened back that way we burn at. That was his garden where he grew his collard green. But the kids use this as a treasure hunt. They dug, they found all kind of stuff in there, digging. One day Janelle had a hole so deep it was up to her elbow, and I told her, "Girl, you're not scared to stick your hand down in that hole?" And she was like, "No, it ain't nothing in here. I dug this hole." I said, "Yeah, but you dug that hole yesterday, not today. Anything could have got in there overnight." But she wasn't scared. Them kids, they brave. They don't know fear about everything. But that is it, guys. I have got the citrus trees situated, and now I'm gonna water them in. I think I am gonna pull the hose so I could give them kind of like a deep soak and just let the water run in them. I do have water in my little barrel, but I want the water to kind of just trickle in, especially on these three at the end, the lime, the Myers lemon, and the cocktail tree, because they soil do seem drier than Ruby Red. So Ruby Red is getting water, but her is something in that soil that she needs. Hopefully, what I put in there will help her. I'm gonna get my water hose, guys. Hold on. So I'm gonna soak these plants. It may rain today. If it do, that'll be great. But honey, sometimes what they call rain don't help the garden. Okay, that's not cold. That's not hot. I was trying to make sure this water wasn't too hot. I want to wet her in real good. And y'all, that's just what I'm doing over here. This garden is just really what's going on in the garden now. It's just me preparing this garden for fall. I have dropped some seeds. You will see that. You have seen that in the video before this one. And you also will see the results of those seeds that I dropped. So, and I'm not one for doing up potting, so I probably will just try to go ahead on and put them in a pocket on the green stalk or in a bucket or wherever they're going to be growing at. And I like to water and go back and forth in between the pots just to make sure that I'm really watering them. Honey, these little spiders, I tell y'all, they will make a web anywhere. I didn't come out in the garden yesterday. Husband came out, and we're out here outside every day because we have our quail birds out here, and we check on them every day. And then we have our little pooch that has to be walked. We walk him across the street in a little field over there by the park, but outside of the park. But I didn't come to do no work in the garden yesterday. You know, it gets hot. I I had to work last night. I just got up this morning, so that's one reason I was not out here early, because I didn't feel like it. When I got off, I didn't feel like coming out here, so I didn't. If I have to come out here tired and sluggish and be in this heat, honey, that sun will wear me out quicker than anything. If I come out here already tired and feeling exhausted. So this was my Friday, Saturday, Sunday to work. Today is Monday. I believe it is August the 24th. Y'all, I gotta wish my friend Carletta a happy birthday. And I'm gonna stop right now and wish her a happy birthday. For one, her birthday was yesterday, not today. I'm a day late. Honey, we've been missing it, missing each other's birthday. Me and some of my friends, we've been missing each other's birthdays. To me, it's not a big deal. I still had a birthday. If they didn't say happy birthday, and I don't charge it to their head or to their heart. You know, you life get busy, child. You forget. Okay, that water is kind of sitting on top, so I know that'll take its time and go down. And I'm not gonna over soak this one. So just in case it rains, because this pot is a water reservoir, so just in case it rains, I won't be, overdoing it in here. It won't be too soaked. I need to put some mulch around it or some plain soil around it because I could see the root of it. And I don't really like that. I don't want to see the root. That sun get to the root of the plant directly like that. I always think it'll kill it. But I usually just put this next to the root of the plant, well, next to the the bark of the plant, the limbs of the plant, and put it on soak. But I want to wet it all the way around. Since I spread that stuff, I want it to start breaking down and go ahead on and feed it. Start feeding the plant, especially with the little food stuff that I put in there. And I like to put water in it till I start seeing water drip out of it. Ruby Red, her water is not going down, so she must be full of water because it's taking this time going down. It's coming out the side though, so I don't want any. I don't want it getting bound up and can't come out for one thing. Let's see what's going on because her water is not going out. If y'all can see that, her water is kind of like standing right there. It's not going down. And these little black, tiny black spiders, I don't know what they are, but I don't like them. I might have to find her holes in here. See if I could turn her up. Oh, if I could push her over. Yeah, I don't want to knock off none of her things. Oh yeah, the water is coming out. Yeah, it's coming out of the bottom. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. It just needed a relief. It's coming out. Yep. I don't know if y'all can see that how fast the water started coming out right here now. This needed to be shifted some. And it's all kind of little bugs be crawling around, be down in this soil, hiding up under the mulch. I know mulching is good for the soil, but I'm gonna tell you that is one reason that I do not care to mulch. And I think what I'm gonna do too, I'm gonna go back to the mulch that I was using that had Lord, I'm trying to think of it. Hold on. Go back to the sometime I'll be busy and be trying to talk and get talking so fast. I was trying to think because I got that big tree out front, a cedar tree. When I first started gardening, I didn't have a problem with a lot of bunch of different bugs in my yard. And I noticed that it was because I used cedar mulch. And it was regular mulch and a lot of cedar mulch mixed up. It was a mixed pack that I got from Tractor Supply. And I noticed that I didn't have a lot of different bugs in my soil. And that's when I learned that cedar kind of repels a lot of different bugs. So I think I may go back to using that. One reason I kind of stuck with this right here is because I also throw this mulch in the hutch of the quail coop. I also put this mulch in there just so when they go in there to sit, they not sitting on, you know, the rubber part of the thing, the rubber part of the hutch. But I'm a water and citrus cocktail, and that's going to be it, guys. I'm probably just going to go in the house because I think it's going to be getting too hot to be watering anything else in. But being that I put this fertilizer and stuff in here, I wanted to go ahead and water them in. And I'm hoping that this helps, especially with Ruby Red, make her leaves greenish again by feeding her soil. Now with this citrus cocktail, I'm not clipping any branches off of that. It's tall and touching me in my head, but I'm not clipping any branches off till probably next spring when I can see what grows on this tree. Because you know, this cocktail, it grows 3 to 6 different fruits, and I want to see what this tree gonna give me. So I'm not gonna cut it or anything like that. Now I may put it in another pot during the winter months, because that'll be a good time to come out here and change stuff over fall and winter. And not when it starts springtime again. So I'm gonna be looking for me some big full pots. Okay, I got that water in pretty good. But guys, that's gonna be it for me out here in this garden today. It is warming up. I do realize that I got a late start. And I am getting hot out here. So, and one thing I noticed, the older I get, honey, the less I could take this heat. I used to be outside all day as a child, walking around on the island that I grew up on, wearing no shoes. Me and my best friend, you know, we would be on that island having fun. For one, that was at a time when you could let your kids just roam around. You didn't have to worry about all this stuff we have to worry about now. The bunch of kidnapping, bumping into people whose races and stuff like that. We never encountered that on the island where we grew up on. And it was a mixed place, and you had a lot of tourists, people coming from up north, because that's the area that we stayed in, where people will come down for the summer, you know, from the north, come down to the south to their homes and stuff, or just come to visit. It's a real tourist area on the island that I grew up on. So but we didn't encounter the kind of stuff that we face right now in this world. You know, y'all just be nice. That's you know, and that's all we could do. We could just be nice, but be defensive if you have to. That's all I could say. You know, be nice, but be defensive if you have to. Walk away if you can. You know, I haven't encountered anything here in my area, but you know, that don't mean I won't ever. That don't mean my grandkids won't. That don't mean my siblings won't. You know, I have a son, I have a husband, I have grandsons, you know, and we all look alike. We are all look alike. We are all of the same race. So, but guys, yeah, just be nice. But that's it for the garden today, and that was my little ramble. And be nice. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a citrus fruit in the comments. Some of you all followed that and left me a flower. I really appreciate that. I didn't get any thumbs up in the comments. You know, I got thumbs up on the video, but I was saying leave me a thumbs up in the comments so I know that you made it to the end of the video. But today, if you're watching this video and you made it to the end, leave me a citrus fruit at the bottom. An orange, a lemon, a lime, whatever. Leave me a citrus fruit at the bottom. And y'all, I am Kathy, growing over here in Glory's garden. And I will see you guys in this garden later. Goodbye, Gigi fam. See you in this garden later.
Thank you for spending time with me over here in Glory's garden.